Phlebotomy Review Guide by Susan Phelan. Chapter 1 is Anatomy and Physiology. 1. The body system that functions in calcium storage and hemopoiesis is called the skeletal system. 2. The condition where a healthy body, through constant changes and functioning, remains the same is homeostasis. 3. The term for the sum of all chemical reactions necessary to sustain life is metabolism. 4. The process by which complex substances in food are broken down into simple substances while releasing energy is catabolism. 5. The process by which body cells use energy to make complex substances from simpler ones is called anabolism. 6. The body plane that runs lengthwise from front to back, dividing the body into right and left halves, is called sagittal plane. 7. The body plane that runs lengthwise from side to side and divides the body into front and a back half is called frontal plane. Number 8. The body plane that runs horizontally, dividing the body into an upper and lower half, is called transverse plane. 9. The directional term that refers to the front of the body is anterior. 10. The directional term that refers to the back of the body is posterior. 11. The directional term that refers to the front of the body is ventral. 12. The directional term that refers to the back of the body is dorsal. 13. The directional term that refers to the midline of the body is medial. 14. The directional term that means toward the side of the body is lateral. 15. The directional term that means nearest to the center of the body, point of attachment or origin is proximal. 16. The directional term that means farthest from the center of the body, point of attachment or origin is distal. 17. The directional term that means above, higher, or toward the head is superior. 18. The directional term that means lower, beneath, or away from the head is inferior. 19. The directional term that means higher or toward the head is cranial. CRANIAL. 20. The directional term that means lower or away from the head is caudal. CAUDAL. 21. If a person is lying on the back, that person is said to be in which of the following position? Supine. 22. If a person is standing erect with palms facing forward, he or she is in what position? Anatomic. ANATOMIC. 23. Which of the following body cavities is located in the back of the body? Cranial. 24. Which of the following body cavity are located in the front of the body? Abdominal. 25. The body cavity that houses the brain is the cranial cavity. 26. The body cavity that houses the heart and the lungs is the thoracic cavity. 27. The body cavity that houses the stomach, liver, pancreas, gallbladder, and spleen is the abdominal cavity. 28. The body cavity that houses the urinary bladder and the reproductive organs is the pelvic cavity. 29. Which of the following blood vessels has the thickest vessel wall? Arteries. 30. Which of the following structures is located on the sagittal plane? Sternum. 31. Which of the following structures is located on the posterior side of the frontal plane? Spinal cord. 32. Which of the following structures is located inferior to the transverse plane? Uterus. 33. The cellular elements of the blood responsible for the transport of oxygen to the tissues are called erythrocytes. 34. The cellular elements of the blood that function in coagulation are called thrombocyte. 35. The cellular elements of the blood that function in fighting infection are called leukocytes. 36. Granulocytes that function in fighting bacterial infection are called neutrophilic segment cells. 37. Agranulites that function in antibody production are called lymphocytes. 38. Which is the fluid portion of a blood specimen called, no, what is the fluid portion of a blood specimen called after the specimen has been collected into an anticoagulant? Plasma. 39. Which of the following is found in plasma but not in serum? Fibrinogen. 40. The process by which the body stops the leakage of blood from the vascular system is called hemostasis. 41. What are the three components of coagulation? Blood vessels, coagulation factors, and platelets. 42. Which of the following pathways is initiated through the activation of factor X11? Intrinsic pathway. 43. Which of the following pathways is initiated by the release of tissue thromboplastin? Extrinsic pathway. 44. The pathway that is initiated by the intrinsic and extrinsic pathways is the common pathway. 45. Fibrin degradation products are the end result of the fibrinolytic pathway. 46. The body system that provides communication in the body by means of electrical impulses and chemical substances is the nervous system. 47. The body system that functions to maintain posture and produce heat is the muscular system. 48. The body system that mechanically and chemically breaks down food into nutrients that can be absorbed and used by the body's cell is the digestive system. 49. The body system that functions in ovulation, labor, and pregnancy is the female reproductive system. 50. The body system responsible for eliminating metabolic waste products from the body is the urinary system. 51. The body system responsible for delivering air to the capillary beds surrounding the alveoli is the respiratory system. 52. The glandular system that secretes hormones directly into the bloodstream is the endocrine system. 53. The blood vessel whose wall is one cell layer thick is the capillary. 54. The blood vessels that have valves are the veins. 55. The blood vessels with the largest tunica media are the arteries. 56. The blood vessels that carry blood away from the heart are the arteries. 57. The four-chambered muscular organ that pumps blood through the circular system is the heart. 58. Oxygenated blood is found in which of the following blood vessels? Arteries. 59. Deoxygenated blood is found in which of the following blood vessels? Veins. 60. After performing a routine venipuncture, the phlebotomist noticed that the blood in the evacuated tube was bright cherry red. What vessel did the phlebotomist puncture? Artery. 61. The body fluid that may be extracted from a joint cavity is called synovial fluid. 62. The body fluid that may be removed from between the parietal and visceral membranes of the lungs is called pleural fluid. So let me spell it. The body fluid that may be removed from between the parietal, Parietal, and visceral, Visceral membranes of the lungs is called pleural fluid. '63. The clear, colorless fluid that functions in protecting and nourishing the brain and spinal cord is called CSF. Which I think CSF means central spinal fluid. CSF. 64. The abdominal accumulation of serous fluid is called, and serous is spelled SEROUS. So the abnormal accumulation of serous fluid is called exudate, EXUDATE. So just picture something abnormal being something that's expired, like expiration date. So picture XQ, XQ date, XEXUDATE. And excuse could mean absence too. So X mean ab. Okay, there we go. Okay, 65. Blood exits the heart from the right atrium through which of the following valves? Remember, the right atrium has 3 valves, so it has to be the tricuspid valve. 66. Blood exits the heart from the left ventricle through which of the following valves? And remember, when it leaves from the left ventricle, it's going back to the body with oxygenated blood. So the answer is aortic. 67. Blood enters the right side of the heart from which of the following blood vessels? And the answer is the superior vena cava. '68. Blood enters the left side of the heart through which of the following blood vessels? So remember, the left side of the blood enters the left side of the heart through which of the following blood vessels? Remember, when the pulmonary artery goes to the lungs to get the air, only vein could return blood to the heart, artery take it away from the heart. So blood enters the left side of the heart through which of the following blood vessels? And the answer is the pulmonary vein. The pulmonary vein is what brings the oxygen back to the heart and then release it to the aorta. Okay, so the answer is pulmonary vein. 69. Which of the following structures contains deoxygenated blood? And the answer is the right atrium. Because remember, the right atrium is the first atrium that collects the deoxygenated blood. That's where the bus comes stop with all of the vessels that have no oxygen and loaded in the right atrium. 70. Which of the following structures contain oxygenated blood? Always remember, it's the aorta. So it's always the artery, okay? So the answer is aorta. 71. Which of the following structures is included in the pulmonary circuit? And the answer is pulmonary artery. Remember, circuit means circulation. Pulmonary artery. 72. Which of the following structures is a part of the systemic circuit, which means systemic circulation? And the answer is aorta. Because remember, the aorta is what sends oxygen back to the entire system. So that's it for chapter 1, which was anatomy and physiology.